You're live. What is up? Um, hey, loves. Okay, I have some space and I personally want to move, and so I thought it's been a second since I came on here. And so I thought that I would share a little class and move. We'll start on the back. And these days, I'm really enjoying the liberation of not having a mat. And so it feels like the mat is a bit of a box. So I recommend no mat for this practice. It's also cool if you have like carpet or wood floor or something that you can sort of slip around on a little bit. And we'll start lying down. Let's see that I can see me. I'll just shift my camera a tiny little bit. Happy Thursday. I keep being like, what day is it today? For some reason, it feels like Friday. I'm like, that's okay. Okay, so on the back, land here. Tap into your breath and feel your body sink deeper into the ground. Notice the places that feel heavy, the joints that feel a little bit more densely connected, and the spaces that feel more lifted, a little bit more airflow. Connect into a circular breath. Today we'll explore the relationship with the ground a little bit, at least to begin. Just noticing how nourishing it feels to be so intimately connected to the ground. Reach your arms above and stretch your toes away. And begin to stretch one side a little bit longer. Left toes, left fingertips stretch long. Find that full extension through your left side. And then shift to stretch long into the right side. Right toes, right fingertips stretch long, reaching to extend. Moving back and forth, just almost like you're climbing a bit of a ladder, kind of ish, and creeping into length, each side extending. Notice the tension and tone that you can create as you stretch, reaching, soften the shoulders away from your ears. Let the belly lengthen into these stretches. And then both toes and both fingertips reach away, both feet, both hands, reach to stretch into the belly. Breathe into your length, reach long. And then totally release. Let yourself soften and melt back into the ground. Connected heels to the ground. Begin to flop your feet forward and back so that you connect into a rocking on the ground. Little body rocking. This has the effect of tapping us into our parasympathetic nervous system, as well as toning the vagus nerve. I think of this as like a defragmentation of the body. And then find some stillness and just feel. Just like before, as you begin to stretch long into one side, reach long, left line extends, opening, reaching, and then shift, right side extends. And it's subtle, but it feels expansive and lengthening. And just shifting side to side, creeping more length into each side of your body, feeling that lengthening from the hip into the ribs. Noticing the subtle contraction of one side as you lengthen into the other side. It's almost like you start squirming around on the ground. And this is the beauty of the freedom of the mat, that you have the opportunity to move without being stuck to stickiness. So you can slide and slip a little bit more, which is sometimes beneficial. And then both of your hands and both of your feet can reach as far away as you can possibly muster the length. So reaching, opening, belly stretches, toes stretch away. You feel this activation in the legs, in the belly, in the arms. And then total release. Let the land, let the ground catch you. Take your arms out to the side into a T shape and slide your right foot towards your hip, bending through the knee. Use your paw connected to the ground to press the ground away and start to lift into the right hip. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Start to creep into this side stretch on the right side. Chill here, breathe. And then melt back to the mat or the ground. And extend your leg back long. And the left knee bends and the paw slides back. Use that foot, press into the ground to lift your hip up, moving into an extension through your left side. Just allowing this to be a bit floppy, letting your body engage and open as it naturally wants to. And then slide back down. Extend your left leg. The right foot slides back, bending into the right knee. Press your right paw into the ground to lift your hip up, shifting a little bit towards your side into this floppy stretch. Chill here for a breath. Now we're going to carry the right foot over towards the left so that you start to create this twisted star shape. You can reach your left arm up a little bit and you create this diagonal line, the right toes stretching away, the right fingertips stretching away, so that there's this beautiful extension through the whole right side. Breathe into this little twist. And then come back, unwind. Let your legs go long, arms out to the side, into what's kind of known as an X shape. Bend your left knee, place your foot to the ground. Use your foot, press it into the ground to lift your hip, and you begin to shift into a little bit of a twist. Take a pause here, breathe. And then extend your left leg over top of the right so that it stretches towards the right. You create this diagonal line through the left side, left toes to left fingertips. The right arm can shift to stretch up a little bit to lengthen into the belly. Soften your shoulders. And breathe into this little twist. Unwind. Back to X shape. And take a little wiggle. The right elbow and the right knee begin to fold in towards each other. Curling in, lift your left arm up towards your ear, finding an extension through the left side and a contraction into the right side. Notice a little bit of crimping and allow that, soften into it. And then move back into an X shape. Left knee folds in towards left elbow, contracting on the left side, right arm reaches up, and find this big extension on the right side body. So contracting on the left and reaching on the right. You might feel some crimping or cramping in the left side. Just be with it and breathe. And then land back out into an X shape. We'll add on to this. The right elbow moves towards the right knee, folding into the right side. Anchor your left heel down so it like presses down into the ground, and begin to use that anchor to lift your hip up and roll a little bit onto your side. Now you have that same diagonal stretch, the left fingertips reaching long towards the right, and the left leg or heel stretching long away. You should feel the pretty awesome little stretch along your left side body. And then unwind. A couple of heel rocks. The left elbow and the left knee fold in towards each other, curling in. Extend your right arm up towards your ear. Extending through the whole right side, anchor the right heel and use that anchor to begin to lift or shift onto your side. Bit of a floppy twist here now. Extend your right arm, reach it long, and feel your heel reach away to lengthen into your whole right side. There's a bit of a weight on your left shoulder. That's okay. And your head is just feeling landed, grounded on the side of the ground here. Unwind, roll back. X shape. Okay, we'll add on to that, but before we do, let's bend both of the knees, place the feet to the ground, and just wash your knees side to side. Sometimes you move around when you don't have a mat. Like, where am I? That's good though. I'm really noticing how much the mat is a bit of a trap. Keeps you so confined. Hey, lift your knees into the air and reach your arms into the sky. We'll find a little bit of belly opening before we move into more cool things. So the heels drop down, the arms reach back, feel lengthening and toning through the belly, and then lift it back up. So we're searching for this elastic band stretch sensation in the belly. The knees at a 90-degree, the heels energetically hugging towards the glutes, arms reaching back long and strong, lifted chin, throat is open. So we find this extension and openness through the whole central channel, from the pelvic floor through to the crown of the head. As you extend, you can even search for extra extension and contraction through contraction. So it's almost like this little root lock that you can pull into, like a bit of a with your belly as you lengthen. Two more. Okay, place your feet to the ground. You can land your fingertips above your head, and again, wash your knees side to side. All right. Take your arms out to the side and extend your legs long, back into an X shape. Right elbow moves towards the right knee, contracting on the right side. Extend your left arm up, anchor your left heel down, and curl onto your side. Take a pause here, stretch and feel. And then keep on rolling over. Shift your right hand to land to the ground so it can lift you up. So landing in this shape with the foot connected almost to the inside edge of your left thigh. With your left heel, dig down, drag back to keep connected into the back line of the leg. Fingertips can land on either side of this extended leg, and use your fingertips to drag back towards your pelvis to feel your belly lengthen, your heart lift. And if you fancy, you're welcome to fold, allowing a softness. Walk your hands back. And place your right foot to the ground. The left hand lands back behind you. Keep your left heel digging down and dragging back so that you maintain a connection into the back line of the leg. And big sweep, reach up and back. Open it up. Hips drop, low thighs pull back. And press, reach up. Open into the side. Feel your whole central channel expand. Hips drop, low thighs pull back, keeping connection. Left heel digging down and dragging back. Big stretch, press, reach up. And drop your bum down. We'll play with a couple of little shifts to lift. So again, keeping that connectivity of the heel digging down and dragging back. And the right foot is just ahead of, it's just planted to the ground here. Arms reach forward. It's like a little shift to lift. So shifting the butt, lift your butt. Harder than it looks, harder than I make it look. So really hold the fullness in your heart. Keep your arms reaching forward, lift your chin. Dig your left heel down, drag back. Use that to help to propel you up. So little shift to lift. We'll do 2 more. Sit back, shift to lift. It's almost like you turn yourself into a bit of a lever here. 1 more. Shift to lift. Okay, and drop your hips back down. Rebend your knee so you can just place your shin, your thigh onto the ground, and re-slide down. So as you slide down, keep lifting through the left ribs. Allow your right ear to drop towards your right shoulder so you can sort of melt back down to the ground. Open back up into an X shape. Take a couple of little rocks with your heels. Find stillness and feel. Left elbow moves towards left knee. Right arm reaches up towards your ear. Anchor through your right heel. So dig that heel down, drag it back, use it to propel you onto your side. Take a pause here, stretch into length, opening through your whole right side. Keep circling around and shift your left hand to land to the ground so it can help you up into a seat. Now, take the left foot into the inner right thigh, if it's not already kind of there, and use your right heel, dig the heel down, drag back so that you create a little bit of a pocket in the back of your knee. And also you should feel a bit of a connection of engagement into the back line of your right leg. Fingertips can land on either side of this extended leg. Use your fingertips, energetically drag back towards your hip. Lengthen through the belly, lift into the heart, lift your chin. You're welcome to fold here if that feels good for you. Folding any amount that works. Moving with gentleness and kindness for your body. Sides can be sometimes a little bit different. So that's a thing in terms of balance, tightness, ability, but all of the things. Okay, walk yourself back up. Place your left foot to the ground. Right hand is going to plant back behind you. Keep connected. The left, what is your right heel? Dig down, drag back. So holding that connectivity into the back line of the right leg. And then sweep back, lift up, big stretch. Drop your bum, thighs pull back towards your belly. And then lift it up, big stretch, reach to open. And take 1 more, drop your hips, thighs pull back. And lift it up, big stretch. Drop your bum down. We'll play with a couple of those little butt lift pickup things. So creating this like lever with your foot. Keep connected. The right heel dig down, drag back so that you hold the engagement in the back line of the leg. The arms reach forward, inflate the heart, lift the chin, and little shift to lift. Drop your bum down. And then a little shift to lift. If you need a little bit of support, you can always use a hand to help you kind of work into that action. Take 1 more. Okay. Relower your thigh back down. Slide back down to the ground, lifting with the right ribs and sort of just melt your way back down. Land back into an X shape. Take your knees, bend them, place your feet to the ground, and wash them side to side. Hmm. The next time the knees wash towards the right, leave them there. Snug your right elbow in towards your ribs and extend your left arm up towards your ear. Roll, 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 roll. Press yourself up into little ninja chop legs. So you should have your right shin forward and your left shin behind. You can catch your bum, pull the flesh. Let's take a twist towards your left leg. Lift through the chin, open your throat. And then we'll take a twist the opposite way. Okay. Again, sliding back down like you're melting. Rise into the left ribs, drop right ear towards right shoulder, and slowly slide back down. Unwind, knees lift, planted feet, arms out to the side. Let's lift the hips and take some little sacrum taps. So it's like little, like, you can make sounds too if you want. And, or like, whatever kind of noises you want to make are fine and cool. And nobody can hear you besides anybody who's in your home or your wherever you are. Okay. And then just feel that. Wash your knees side to side. And the next time the knees fall towards the left, leave them there. And snug your left elbow in towards your ribs. Reach your right arm up towards your ear. Curl it all the way over. Press yourself up into a little ninja chop seat. This time the left shin is forward and the right shin is behind. Let's take a twist towards the right side first. Lift, lengthen through the torso. Lift your chin. And then twist the opposite way. Right hand to your left knee or thigh. Lift, lengthen through your heart. Lift your chin. And then we'll slide it back out. Rising right ribs. Drop left ear to left shoulder. Melt back down to the ground. And back into an X shape. Take your hands behind your thighs and begin to roll back and forth on your spine. Take a couple, and then we'll plant the feet and lift into a squat. So if you need to kind of adjust your feet so they're maybe however you need them to be, mine kind of are like, I don't know, a little bit of space with a hovered heel. And the heel is hovering so I can keep my glutes widening back behind, fingertips land forward. Take a little tick-tock of the knees side to side. Okay. So I'm going to take the right knee, narrow it in, drop it down, and then lift it up. We'll just do that first. Left knee, drop down, narrow in, and then lift it up. Right knee drops down, lift up. Left knee drops down and lift it up. This time, the right knee drops down, and then you're going to pick up this foot, fold it inwards so that you can sit down onto your bum. So this foot is kind of in front of you now. And then you're going to lift back up, untuck, unfold, retuck, and peel it back open. Instructions here. Okay, so the left knee drops in, and we're going to lift up the left toes so that we can fold the foot in to sit down onto the butt, and then lift back up, unfold, retuck, and back out. We'll take that one more time. So drop the knee, untuck to fold in so you can sit your bum down. And then shift to lift, unfold, retuck, and back out. Left knee drops down, lift the toes to sit down onto your hip. Shift to lift, unfold, retuck, and lift back up. Hands down to the ground. Let's take a couple of hops. So push the ground nice and strong. Hop, lift up, knees at a 90-degree. Keep your eyes looking forward. Push the ground away so strong. So really holding the fullness in your heart. Push to lift. From the side, arms push so strong, eyes looking just ahead of the hands. Push to lift, land light. Take one more. Okay, back in a little squat. Tick-tock your knees side to side. Okay, walk your hands back. Both hands back. So you're kind of in this like little crab shape. And the same thing with the knee drops. We're going to drop the right knee down. Nice little stretch. And then lift it up. And drop your left knee down. Feels good. And then lift it up. Right knee drops down. Lift up. Left knee drops down. And lift it up. We'll add right knee drops down. Lift up your right hand. Sweep it back into a side stretch, reaching back, rising into the right ribs. Open, breathe. And then unwind. Right hand lands back down. Lift your right knee. Left knee lands down. Sweep back. Left arm reaches into extension through the left side. Rise into the left ribs. Soften your shoulders. And then unwind. Do that one more time. Right knee drops, right hand lifts, big stretch, reach back. And then unwind, plant your hand. And left knee drops, left hand lifts, big stretch back. And then unwind. Walk your hands back. Hands forward, step back, hands and feet. The feet as wide as your hips rooted high and wide. Push down the ground, broaden the back of the heart. Feel your crown reaching forward as the hips are sliding wide and high. Take a couple of pulses here. Knees bend, hips root back, stretch the heart forward. I should check what time it is. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. Externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist to the left. Knees move forward, hips slide wide, rise, lengthen, open into the left side. Take pulses here. Root back, rise high, lift and lengthen into the left side. Press down the ground, hold lightness and lift underneath of the right ribs, rising you into the left ribs. Connect your left fingertips to the mat and drop your right foot, pick up your left 3-point base. Extend your right femur back wide and high. And I also like to pivot my right toes to what would be the top left corner of the mat. Root your femur back and wide. Hug the left knee in and rise into your left side. Find length, lightness, openness here. Option 2, pedal. Each pedal you take is resisted in quality, connecting you into your glutes, connecting you into your bum. Rooted leg. Keep rooting the femur back into the hip socket. Keep a gentle bend into your knee. Belly is long, chin is lifted, ribs are rising. Take one more pedal. Okay, land back with grace, with control. Hands connected. Bend into your knees, little shift of your ribs, of your hips. Weaving and winding. Okay. And find some stillness, strong roots, hips back wide and high. Resist your pause down and out to the side. Hold presence and fullness in your heart space. Ribs pull, ribs expanding wide all sides. Externally rotate your left hand, toes and knees twist to the right. Knees bend forward, hips slide back. Rise, lift open into your right side body. Big stretch. Like you're turning yourself into a human rainbow. Find your arc. Rise into the right side. Soften the belly and root your hips back and wide. Okay, option 2, connect your right fingertips to the ground. Drop the left foot, pick up the right 3-point base. As you do this, it may be like a little pivot of your left toes to face your right fingertips. Root your left femur back wide and high, extending through the back line of your left leg. Allow the belly to peel open. Rise into the right ribs. Option stay here. Option little pedal. Sticky in quality, like you're pulling through cold honey. Rise into the right ribs. Allow your belly to be soft, open. You can imagine the crown of your head is just pouring out like a rainbow or gold or whatever. Each pedal you take connects you into your belly a little bit more. One more. Plant your hand down and lend your right foot. Couple of pulses forward and back, hips root wide and high. Spring your heart forward. Bend into your knees, lower them down. Untuck your toes. The top of the foot can press down and drag back. Find a couple of little glides of your ribs side to side. Carry this glide into a roll, chin into the chest, rounding through the upper back. Alternating side to side. Allowing your body to just move you, knowing that your body is infinitely intelligent, all-knowing. Okay, take wide knees and sit back into a child's pose. You can make a little bed for your head if you need to. Wide elbows with a double fist stack. And take one more full breath here. And then release your hands back forward if they are underneath of your head. And roll your spine forward, or tuck your knees back underneath of your hips. Take a couple of rolls here. That feels nice. Slide wide and roll forward. Creating a wave with your spine. Okay. Stillness, press down the ground. Really hold that broadening through the shoulder blades, that lifting, that pressing down to hold fullness on the heart. Tuck your toes, lift up, hands and feet. Couple of petals of your heels. And then little creep walk forward, pedal, pedal. Keep the knees bent, the hips rooting wide, walking forward, creeping forward. And then deep bends into the knees so the belly is towards the thighs. Catch your elbows, little rock side to side. And the weight is forward in the paw of the foot. The paw can resist down and out to the side. Think about rooting your femurs back and wide, connecting into the back line of the leg. Okay. Connect your hands behind your head, cupping both sides of the skull. The elbows hug narrow so you can see your elbows with your eyes. Root your hips wide. Press your head into your hand. An open belly lifts you all the way up, heart to sky. Knees bend forward, hips root back. Rise through the center, lift it up. Lengthen through your belly. Couple of pulses, hips slide wide, lift and lengthen, heart rises to the sky. Maybe a couple little shifts of your hips side to side feels good to me right now. Almost like you're trying to reach each elbow up a little bit higher, similar to like what we did when we were lying on the ground, stretching one side long and then the other side. And then bend your knees, root back, big rise, lift up, open. Release your hands. Your shoulders, a couple little rolls here. And then switch your roll. So I was playing with something yesterday, so I'll share it. It was pretty just random and sporadic and playful, so let's get into it. So deep bend into the knees, hands down to the ground. We will shift the weight into the left foot, right leg lifts to the side. Push down the ground, eyes stay forward. Little hop, shifting side to side. So play into a couple of those hitch kicks, pushing down the ground, eyes stay forward. Little hop, land light with a spring in the knee, move with your butt. The hips don't lie, push the ground away. The legs are just along for the ride. Okay. The next time you land on your right foot, stay and step your left foot back behind into like a bit of a zigzag. Root your right femur back so that you start to extend. You can even take your right hand to your right butt, pull the flesh wide and feel that beautiful IT stretch. The fingertips can stay low unless you're worried about your fold, and then you can connect into a block or even come up to here if that is what you prefer. Keep twisting until you can land your butt down and take a twist to left hand to the top of your right knee. Lift through your heart, open your belly. And then untwist. The right foot stays grounded. Reshift to lift your hips, hands plant down. The left leg lifts back up, out, open to the side. Little shift, right foot lands back behind. Extend into this IT stretch. Again, if you need space, hands to the tops of your thighs or to a block. And maybe you want to also initiate the left hand to the left butt, pull the flesh wide, get deeper into your IT. Feel your pelvic floor widen. Bend your knees and lower onto your bum. Right hand to the top knee, twist, lift through the heart space. Okay. Untwist. Keep the left foot rooted. Shift your butt, plant your hands. The left foot stays grounded. Right leg lifts open to the side. Little hop. Right foot lands, left foot steps back behind. Couple pulses here. Hands plant down. Keep right foot lifted. Little shift. And the right foot lands back behind. Couple pulses. We'll do that one more time on each side. Hands plant, left foot stays grounded, hop. Right foot lands, left foot steps back behind. Couple pulses. Hands plant, hop. Left foot lands, right foot steps back behind. Little pulses. And from the side, it kind of looks like this. It's pretty dope. Okay. So take a little hop up, bend deeply into your knees, and sit your bum down. Curve yourself forward and roll back onto your back. Catch your hands to your knees and let your knees pull heavy. Little rock side to side. Bring your knees back into the air at a 90-degree. Reach your arms up into the sky. Active twist, take knees halfway to the right, arms halfway to the left. Stretch, press, reach to kick long. So working into this 10 Segretti system of your body, that the feet are reaching away as the arms stretch long and you feel this tension and tone through the belly. Bring it back center, knees left, arms right, stretch, reach, open. Chin is lifted, shoulders are soft, feet are energetically reaching away. Back center, knees to the right, arms to the left. Big kick, stretch, press, reach to open. Back through center, knees left, arms right, reach to open. Lift your chin, arms pressing strong. Back through center, one more time on each side, knees right, arms left. Big stretch. You can connect into some little frog pulse kicks here. You can imagine that you're kicking this heavy box away from you so that you create extra resistance and toning through the belly. Okay, back center, knees to the left, arms to the right, little kicks. All right, land back, feet round to the ground. You can take fingertips above your head, elbows to the sky. A couple of options here. The first is just lifting the hips and shifting your hips side to side, keeping the heart grounded, chin lifted, and finding the mobility, shifting hips, gliding them side to side. The second option can plant the hands down, snuggle the heels underneath of the sits bones, and work to pull the thighs back, drop the hips low, and keep the belly lifted up. Whoop. Thighs pull back, hips drop low, belly stays long, lumbar stays aligned into its natural curve. The third stop can maintain the roots so that the thighs pull back towards the belly and the heel and the sits bones are pretty connected. And so you hold this position. You don't let the knees go like that. You keep it pulling back. So the thighs are pulling back towards the heart. And then you start to press up. Lift your chin. Feel the length in your belly open. Thighs pulling back towards the belly. Hips dropping low. Spine is aligned. The hands are out on a bit of a external rotation. You can pulse in here, hips drop low, thighs pull back, belly is long. Take one more. And then dropping all the way down. Extend your legs long, arms out to the side. Feel the earth beneath you and breathe. Land here, connect in, ground down, and feel. I love you guys. Stay for as long as you have. Rest. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste. Love you so much. Peace.